Right, so my next little project here is a UPS. Now this belongs to my dad, and apparently it blew up again. Again, it's the batteries which goes in these things, so, and you'd notice it's playing up, and he went and bought some batteries. By the time he came back, it actually didn't smell very good. So it's possible it's actually completely stuffed. It might be it's too late. It might have damaged some of the circuitry, because apparently it's had like a burning smell. So it could have been the batteries have leaked, and that's what's caused the smell. But don't know yet. We'd have to open it up and find out, won't we? But I've had to replace the batteries in this thing twice already, so it's they just don't last. And one of them's right next to the power supply transformer, so well, the main transformer, which gets warm. So that doesn't help, especially when it comes to the longevity of the parts. The batteries just don't last because they're getting too hot. Now this thing weighs a ton. Ouch. Very heavy. Got a massive transformer in it, so makes it a bit harder to work on. But something I've been playing with, well, an idea I've been toying with, I should say, is just not bothering with these stupid little SLA batteries, and just get a couple of proper car batteries, or marine batteries, or something like that, some kind of deep cycle battery with external one, and just hook it up to that. And they're designed to last for years and years, whereas SLA batteries only lasting a year, maybe a year and a half if you're lucky, and then they're stuffed. So, and for the expense, for buying those SLA batteries, you could have bought a decent car battery, so it's like, I have to wonder. So let's see what we find. All these capacitors are domed. All those 4 caps are stuffed. There's another cap over there which looks okay. But yeah, those 4 caps all had it. What are they? Very loose. Look at it, not even bolted or secured. 105 degree rated, but yeah. 1000 UF, 63 volt. Ooh. I don't think I've got anything. I don't think I've got anything suitable. So, batteries. Yeah, this one looks like it's leaked, I think. Can't tell, actually. If I get this tipped over, you'll probably see the doming on these caps. If I can get the light right on them, maybe. Yeah, you can see the domes just. It's not the best view from over there, but unfortunately when I'm working on something this big, I can't really have the camera very close, otherwise you can't see anything anyway. Now again, this one's like the other UPSs I've worked on, or UPS. The batteries aren't that easy to get out, although it's not worse than the last one I did. They're no worse than that. So you've got to actually take these screws out, lift this whole deck up, and then you can sort of lift the batteries out and pull them out sideways. So it's not actually that bad. It would be nice if you just like hinge the front up or something and slid them out. That'd be beautiful, but no, it's not done that way. So let's see. I can't see anything else wrong. Fuses look intact from what I can see. So I think just the batteries are stuffed, and these caps are all stuffed as well. But I don't think I've got any caps that are going to do the job. The 63 volt caps. Got 50 volt. I've got 2 50 volt caps. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to get some of those in. Going to have to. Just checking the other ones out, see if they look okay. They seem to look okay. So go from there. Right, that's me uninterrupted. Now let's carry on. So these caps are stuff, and I don't have any to replace those right now, so I can't do anything with those yet. It may or may not affect the function. It's obviously going to have some kind of effect, but it may be part of the problem what's going on. But man, just could have been a smell a day could get. But so let's pull this apart, get these batteries out. I haven't even tried turning this thing on. I mean, I know it's going to be stuffed, so it's going to be. Okay. Come on. It's a shame it doesn't quite lay down. If they'd rounded those corners, you could have just tipped it over. Anyway, little details like that, which makes the difference between a good quality product and a bad one. Well, a average quality product, I suppose, these days. No attention to detail. Alright. Really should give myself a little electric screwdriver. You know, for at least undoing screws, not necessarily doing them up. You should use it for doing them up, you can get problems where things get stripped and so on, but for undoing them it'd be fine, you know, as long as you don't strip out screws. And I used to have a little electric screwdriver years ago, but it was a very slow one, and when it eventually died I just didn't replace it. But didn't actually take that long to die. It's a little NiCad one, so you know, the batteries didn't last. So, but yeah, I should consider getting another one actually. Just a little small one. I saw someone review one actually the other day. Who did that? Someone reviewed one the other day. I think it might have been Electronics and More, was it? I can't remember. Anyway, so it got me thinking about it again actually when I saw that. I wonder if maybe I should look at that again. Maybe I should take these battery terminals off. I don't know if there's any power in there. Probably not. And we can try it again. So, get this off. There we go. So, 2 batteries out, and yeah, this one's swollen. Yeah, that one's a little bit lumpy as well, but it's not as bad. See if there's any power in there. Let's put it that way so you can see. 9 volts, yeah. 8.5, yeah. Both stuffed, as expected. And here are the new ones. Do a quick voltage check, see what's going on. 12.7. 12.7. Fine. So let's drop these back in. That's a little bit tricky getting back in again. Since my wife's decided to come in and sneeze. This certainly is easier than the other one I did. But yeah, I'm going to have to do something about those caps. I have to get some more. A bit messed up screw. Probably got threads in sheet metal, it tends to make a mess of the screws. This one's pretty bad actually. Right. theory this should power up if those capacitors will let it. Oh, it doesn't sound good. Yeah. Yeah, got to replace those capacitors. So, it's going to have to wait a bit longer. So that's it for now. Usual stuff. Catch you later. Right, so now these replacement capacitors have arrived. These ones here. I can finish working on this UPS and replace these capacitors. Now, I still have power going to it, so I need to pull a power wire. Oh, it's on the other side. Yeah. So let's pull one of the wires off just to make sure there's definitely no power going into the circuitry, just for safety's sake. Right, and we'll try and power it up. Let this discharge capacitors, and now it's dead. Okay, so what I've got to do, I've got to take this board out and desolder these. Now, one thing I noticed is on this capacitor here, so these they're all bulged, right, as I pointed out before, but they're all solid. This one here is really loose. I think it's actually broken in the lead. I'll find out when I get it out, but I think it's actually completely gone. So how do I get this thing out? Let's see. I can probably just take the front one off. These ones here, maybe. So which way I can flip it over. I probably can just flip it over. Might not have to take any wires off. We'll see how it goes. This thing weighs a ton. It's part of the problem of working on it. Really heavy. That wasn't even tight, that one. A bit loose. Well, I thought there'd be something in the centre, but it doesn't appear to be any screws in the centre. Looks like it's just on the corners. Yeah, that's all it is, just on the corners. Right, well, let's see, can I flip this over? No, not really. I think I'll have to flip it over the other way. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull these things off. Bit of a shame, but okay. I'm guessing it matters which way around they go. So down as a pair, I'm not quite sure. So bend that one that way, bend this one this way. Pull this negative wire off the battery here, because that's got to pull out. Hopefully. Come on. Then this positive wire here has to come off. Then hopefully I can flip that over. And this one here off. There we go, good enough. Right, to get mine warmed up. Badly prepared on my part. Come on, plug in. The plug board I've got's got these like covers on it, and they turn. You have to put the plug in, turn it, and then push it in. Because these covers are turned to block all the holes up, which is, you know, it's not bad. But the problem is the plugs, they've got one long pin, two short pins, right? So it's pretty hard to turn it with just a single pin. You have to try and put the plug in wonky, turn it, then push it in straight. It's a pain in the ass. Because as soon as you go straight, the things flip back around. Oh well. It stops dust and crap getting in there, I suppose. Might be get the other one turned on as well. It's still pretty early in the morning again, and again I've got a coffee. Okay. So I should probably actually measure this cap here too, let's see what that was like. Let's just short that out. got capacitor. Oh, series. ESR. Oh, too far. ESR. Can't always measure in circuit, but sometimes you can. Three ohms, 19 UF. I think that one is stuffed too. So 22 UF, 250 volt. That resistance is a bit high. 3 ohms is certainly wrong. Value is correct, but well, close to correct, but the value, the ESR is really wrong. So I'm not sure I've got anything that high voltage. I'm going to have to look at that as well. That's probably another one I'm going to have to change. I've got 22 UFs, but I don't think I've got anything that high voltage. It's all like 35s. Yeah, I don't have anything suitable for that. What's that on there? That's 50 volt. No. So that's a bit of a problem. $50 volt. I'm going to have to get some of them too. So it's not quite over yet, by the looks of it. That capacitor hasn't completely gone yet, but it will be going soon. So we'll have to look at doing that one too. That's a shame. Right. God, all this wire's getting hooked up everywhere right now. You're a pain. Okay. Okay. Right. Now I'm ready. I think they're folded over. Oh no, it's not. I might have to put the temperature up on this iron. I'll turn it down, work on something else, but I haven't bothered putting it back up again yet. Seems to be just about enough, but one. Polarity marks, yes they are. Cool, I'm going to put them out then. Right. This is what I highly recommend you get one of these things. When you're on a board which allows you to do it, you can get these out pretty quickly. Well, okay. I can see from here what's wrong with this capacitor. It's melted it out. Look at that. The leg is way too short. Get some light on it. I'll do this. Right, there you go. Look at that. That leg was barely even soldered in. Its solder's gone through the hole. That's been cut off too short. How's that for quality of build? Right. Oh. 4 new caps. Surprisingly a lot larger. Get the priority correct, it's always a good thing. But yeah, I'm going to do this one too. Might have a hunt around for my bits and pieces. I've got one somewhere, something close enough value. Might get lucky. Okay. Let's get soldering. Just making sure it's pushed down to the board properly. So this one here, I didn't even desolder that. I didn't even desolder that, and that leg went straight through, no problem. It was never actually soldered properly in the first place. Incredible. Now I'm going to do all these three in the middle at the same time, because the heat's going to transfer through it and make it easier to solder, so I need to do them all at once. I'm just doing all these other legs first. And I'll come back to those three in the middle, because they're all the same ground plane, and it's a big ground plane, so it's going to be a bit harder to solder. So once I've got the heat going through from one, it'll help to solder the next one. Which I'm kind of in the way of the light here too, so it's not helping. Yeah, they look okay. Alright. Right, that's those done. Now to figure out what I'm going to do about this one. I think there's one other capacitor just down there. I might just check that one too. Just in case, so I can find what else on the back here. Where is it? It's over here somewhere. I think it's that one there. One thing I find annoying about this is that you always have to set this to be serious and then turn on ESR. You know, it's a bit of a pain. ESR is like one of the most common measurements you want to do on capacitance range. I don't know. Anyway, no, I've lost it again. There we go. Those legs are almost touching together. 2 ohms, 41 UF. That might be changing too. So okay, that's likely to be one I've got anyway. So at least I can get that one done. What exactly what isn't so? Oh, there's other caps around here too. I should probably check. The other caps I should probably check. Based on the fact they all seem to be going, maybe I should just replace all of them. This could take a while. I might just come back to this after. Alright, so I've replaced all the caps apart from these two because I don't have those ones in stock. Those are 250 UF 22 volt. So now I'm just putting it back together again, or trying to. My desk could use a clean, so it's not helping. Oh. So I thought I'd show that bit just to prove I actually did put it back together. But I'm surprised the board isn't supported at all in the centre. You know, it's just it seems like a bit of a dodgy circumstance to me. Just put those corner screws in now. I've done those yet. Yeah, so basically every cap I tested was failed. Every single one of them had high ESR, right? But then it does tend to get hot, so that's likely to be why. Interesting, it's got. Oh no, it's okay. I think it's something else. Miles away. So this should at least make it work a lot better. I mean, this thing does get pretty warm in here, and that's probably part of the reason why the batteries keep on failing so frequently. Is that they just get too hot and they age them a bit prematurely. So, right, well that's all that lot plugged back in again. I haven't ripped any wires off or anything like that. It's all looking alright. It's interesting, I've got these bodges that come down, like there's one sold onto this, barely sold onto that transistor leg just there. It's barely even attached, and then you've got this one down here, there's a resistor down here, which is probably out of shot, but move it back a bit if I can. It's a bit heavy. Right, so one just down here, just there. So yeah, it's just, I don't know where they even go. They just disappear somewhere. You know, things like that. But I did actually find an interesting point here. C44. Strangely, there was no capacitor in that position. It was empty. It's marked as 22 UF. So I thought, what the hell? I'll chuck a 22 UF in there and we'll see what happens. The fact there's no other parts in here which aren't populated makes me think someone's missed it in the factory. Based on the quality of the soldering on installation of these, makes me think it's quite likely somebody missed it. So I've installed that part. That may or may not be a mistake. But I thought, well, I'd rather assume that they've made a mistake and not built it properly, because that's quite likely, versus they've actually designed it out. So I've fitted that in there. But we'll see if that's a good idea or not. It might blow up or something, who knows. So I need to also mark these two so I know that these need replacing. Otherwise I'm going to forget which ones it is. Alright, so I'm going to have to get those ones in and do it again. But at least it's easy to get in and out or what have you. Right, so let's, you can see the caps I've replaced here, a pile of them. Let's hook this back up again. It's quite a charge up sequence, isn't it? Right. Well, it works. Still buzzes a little bit, but it's better than it was. buzzing is nowhere near as loud as it was before, so it's definitely an improvement. Cool, so I'm going to put this thing back together and call it done for now. I'll do this later on. I want to get this out of the way, I've got other things to do. Okay, so usual thing, subscribe, give us a thumbs up, tell your friends, blah blah blah. Catch you later.